You've been praying hard, fasting faithfully, crying out in the midnight hour. But heaven is silent, and you're beginning to wonder if God has turned his face from you. Yet what if I told you the delay has nothing to do with his absence, and everything to do with hidden reasons you've never considered? The first is this: your motive may be off. James 4:3 says, "You ask and do not receive because you ask with wrong motives." And that truth is piercing when you realize how often your prayers are shaped more by ego than by eternal purpose. You're asking for the blessing, but God sees that if he gave it to you now, it would inflate your pride and bury your soul under spiritual apathy. Sometimes what you're calling faith is just masked ambition. You want the platform but not the pruning, the reward but not the refining fire. And God, in his mercy, will delay the answer because he won't let a blessing become your undoing. Second, you're holding on to offense and unforgiveness. Yes, even that small grudge you think you've buried but still flares up when their name is mentioned. And Jesus was clear in Mark 11:25. When you stand praying, forgive if you have anything against anyone. Because unforgiveness doesn't just hinder your peace, it blocks your prayers like a dam blocks a river. You think it's no big deal, but in the spirit realm, it's like spiritual static jamming your frequency with heaven. And let's not ignore this third reason. You haven't obeyed the last instruction God gave you. You're asking for new direction, new doors, new favor, but have you forgotten the conviction that came last year? The one you brushed off? Maybe God told you to let go of a relationship, to leave that job, to surrender a secret sin, and instead of moving, you stalled. Delayed obedience is still disobedience, and disobedience speaks louder in heaven than desperate prayers. You can't fast your way into a blessing if you're walking in rebellion. In 1 Samuel 15:22, God says, "Obedience is better than sacrifice." But you've been sacrificing time, energy, emotion, while ignoring the one command that would unlock everything. Fourth, you're too attached to your plan. You wrote out the vision, mapped out the timeline, even envisioned how the miracle would look. And now you're frustrated because God's response doesn't match your script. But Proverbs 16:9 warns, "In his heart, a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." And until you release your grip on how God should move, you won't see that. He's already moving. Sometimes his silence is not rejection, it's redirection. He's not giving you what you want because he's preparing you for what you need, but your tunnel vision is blinding you to it. Fifth, and this one is the most painful, you're not spiritually mature enough yet for what you're asking for. You want the throne, but you haven't survived the cave. You want influence, but you haven't conquered your inner insecurity. God isn't punishing you, he's protecting you. Like in Galatians 4:1-2, where it says that the heir, though he owns everything, is under guardianship until the appointed time. There's a delay built into your destiny because maturity must precede manifestation. You think you're ready because you're tired of waiting, but fatigue is not the same as preparedness. God is not on your clock, he's on your character. And until what's in you can carry what you're asking for, the door will stay shut, not out of cruelty, but mercy. So now you're wondering, how long will it take? The answer isn't in time, it's in alignment. The moment you let go of pride, forgive the offense, obey the instruction, surrender your plan, and embrace growth, you shift the spiritual atmosphere over your life. This isn't a punishment season, it's a preparation season. and the silence of God is not the absence of God. Don't mistake divine restraint for divine rejection. Some of the loudest answers come wrapped in silence. Keep pressing, but more than that, keep aligning. Heaven isn't ignoring you. Heaven is preparing to entrust you. But God won't release what you're praying for until He sees that it won't destroy you. So here's the hard truth. Maybe the waiting isn't about God's timing. It's about your transformation. And the minute you shift, the miracle will too.